In legend, Aladdin's magic lamp grants humans the power to wish and makes those wishes come true. Screenwriter Peter Adkins drew inspiration from that power, transforming it and giving it to a malevolent creature from mythology. Wishmaster, 1997, directed by Robert Kurtzman, was shaped into a captivating cinematic work in which every fulfilled wish demands a price from the one who made it. During its initial release, the film was considered to feature a villain whose influence rivaled iconic horror figures of the time, such as Freddy Krueger in A Nightmare on Elm Street, Michael Myers in Halloween, or Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th. Peter Adkins, inheriting the legacy of Clive Barker, sought to bring a speaking embodiment of evil back to the screen, a demon both philosophical and cruel, representing the dark side of every wish ever spoken by humans. It presents a profound philosophy about the price one must pay for human desires. Behind greedy wishes and lust lies sheer horror. The review section will reveal the film's plot, so please return after you have watched the movie. The film opens in the magnificent Persian palace of the year 1127, where the golden radiance of royal splendor slowly gives way to the darkness of taboo. In a blind thirst for power, the king summons an ancient being known as the Djinn, a monster born from legend. Fire gave birth to the Djinn, creatures condemned to the void between worlds. Whoever awakens the Djinn shall be granted 3 wishes. Inspired by the supernatural entity of pre-Islamic Arabian mythology, director Robert Kurtzman reinterprets this legend in a Hollywood style to create a gripping horror film. The Djinn is depicted as an ancient being made from smokeless fire, capable of fulfilling human desires, yet deceitful and untrustworthy. To grant the king's wish, the Djinn unleashes a storm of blood within the palace. The royal sorcerer sees through its scheme and recites an incantation to seal the Djinn inside a ruby gemstone. The legend then comes to a close, and the demon remains imprisoned within the gem across the span of history. 800 years pass, and the film shifts to the modern era at a dock where workers are unloading crates of rare antiquities. In that moment, an unexpected accident occurs. A drunken laborer clumsily drops one of the crates. The ancient Persian statue containing the mysterious ruby shatters, foreshadowing the release of the Djinn from its millennia-old curse. Amid the chaos, a dock worker secretly steals the gemstone and sells it to a company specializing in auctioning rare artifacts. Eventually, the ruby finds its way to Alexandra, an appraiser of antiquities played by Tammy Lauren. During her inspection and evaluation, she accidentally awakens the Djinn, the ancient demon that has been sealed for nearly 9 centuries. The breaking of the seal frees the Djinn from its slumber, but the effects of the imprisonment have left it weakened. To fully regain its power, the Djinn must find a human willing to make 3 wishes, the only ritual capable of unleashing its complete malevolence. We are also introduced to a wealthy collector of antiquities, Raymond Beaumont, played by Robert Englund, the man responsible for transporting the Persian statue that opened the door for the demon's return. Interestingly, the character is portrayed by Robert Englund himself, the legendary actor who embodied Freddy Krueger in A Nightmare on Elm Street. His appearance in Wishmaster feels like a sly handshake between 2 generations of cinematic evil, with an iconic horror figure passing the torch to a newly awakened malevolent force. The later part of the story follows the Djinn's journey to track down Alex in order to complete the 3 wishes that will fully release his power. Alex is a strong and rational female protagonist, intelligent and willing to confront him head-on. In the past, she was haunted by the pain of losing a loved one, a wound that never healed. That memory becomes the deepest fear within her soul, and the Djinn exploits this weakness to manipulate her. Since awakening the Djinn, Alex begins experiencing strange phenomena. She once saw inside the gemstone a miniature hell, a realm the Djinn considers a vast and powerful world of his own. Director Robert Kurtzman is remarkably creative with his creature design, crafting a terrifying, cruel, and cunning monster, one that is distinct and possesses the powers of a wish-granting entity, reminding us that wishes always come with terrible consequences. A crucial rule is established around down the Djinn's wishes. The one who awakens him becomes the master of 3 fateful wishes. When Alex accidentally frees the Djinn, she simultaneously becomes the link between the human world and the demonic realm. Once all 3 wishes are fulfilled, the barrier separating the 2 worlds will collapse, allowing the Djinn Legion to flood into humanity. Alex is considered the master and the one who summoned the Djinn. However, unlike ordinary wishes, whenever the Djinn grants one, the wisher's soul is taken, allowing him to expand his power piece by piece. The striking point here is that Alex is the true master of the wish, the only person with the authority to command the Djinn, unlike ordinary people who merely beg and fall into his traps. The film reinforces a consistent rule. The Djinn's full power can only be unleashed when a human speaks their wish. Wishmaster presents a genie figure that is, instead, a malevolent being, a fresh and intriguing reinterpretation from director Robert Kurtzman. The film blends supernatural horror with bloody slasher elements, offering a distinct experience for viewers. The sound effects are impressively executed, paired with brutal, gory death scenes. It serves as a profound metaphor for humanity's primal desires, evil, fear, and suffering born from greed and the wishes people dare to make. Wishmaster seems to have created a villain who earned a place alongside the great horror icons of its era. Backed by the label of legendary horror fantasy producer Wes Craven, the father of Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream. Because of this, audiences held high expectations for the beginning of an iconic series centered on the Djinn. Unfortunately, the later installments gradually fell into formulaic patterns, causing a once promising villain to fade over time. Had the franchise maintained the quality of the original film, Wishmaster could easily have become a solid pillar in the world of horror cinema. Even so, it must be acknowledged that Wishmaster remains a hidden gem among late 90s horror films. For those who have seen it, the image of the Djinn and the terror it brings is likely still a haunting shadow that lingers in the audience's memory. Thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. Wish you a great day and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.